Hello again everybody, you're watching Channel 1, where I have what could be the last video for a short while. You will find out why at the end. But in this one, I will be showing you where the ELOYS diesel additive bag is located on your C4 Grand Picasso, and how you can replace it, and more importantly, what you need to do afterwards. So here we are again to try and clear one of the final faults on my Citroen C4 Grand Picasso, and if I do a check of the built-in systems interface here, I apologise if things are running a bit slow. An update to Windows really didn't help matters. Why can't I? Oh, switch ignition off and on again, off and on again. So, fault rating. Diesel additive pump control. Now, I'm not actually sure if it is the control that is at fault, because if I come out of that one, go to the diesel additive pump, and do a fault reading of that. No faults. So if I now look at the standard parameter measurements, it says current quantity of additive contained in the reservoir, soft bag empty. Amount of additive in the additive tank 0 milliliters. Volume of additive when new 1 liters. So I am not too sure if I believe those either, because from what I gather, if the system tries to put the additive through the engine and it can't, from errors that I've read about, you get a message on the dash saying there's a problem with the system, which I don't get. So whether the bag has been replaced and the code's just not reset, or whether it is genuinely empty, I'm going to have to find out. What you're going to want to do on these cars before you start working underneath is push and hold that button to deactivate the air suspension. Now I'm going to go and get the jack out and jack the car up. Now the jacking point of the car is marked with these little arrows, but I really hate using the standard sort of scissor jacks, particularly if I have to go under the car. So I have put an axle stand underneath, just under one of the chassis members, and I'm going to lower it down onto that. And here we have it now, just resting on that axle stand, which will be a lot more secure than a standard scissor jack. But I will now show you as well, underneath this box is where I do believe the ELOYS bag is, the cleaning fluid which these cars use to keep all the DPF and the EGR valves and that clean. So I'm going to try and take that off. Now this box looks just to have some screws holding it in. One there, one there. Presumably one around this side somewhere. Hard to see with the heat shield. One up there. So I'm just going to take them out and see what happens. I can't really get my camera under and do the job, so I will just show you afterwards how this drops out. Although what I could probably do, see, we have, looks like the oil pipe and the connector up there. And so I haven't disconnected the wiring or anything, because just by undoing these little screws, which as you can see are just quarter turn screws, they're not anything major, I have what I can only describe as a full ELOYS bag. So I don't need to change that. I just need to find out why my system is now saying it has 0 in it. Hello! Okay, so, well, I appreciate this is a slightly different screen for you. The supplier of this kit off eBay, who I detailed in the second and third videos of the suspension update, Lance XXX 2000, I think it is. But I'll put a link down in the description anyway. Provided 3 versions of software for the DIAGBOX. This is the older version I'm using because it's supposed to be a little bit more functional. It's certainly all in English, where the latest version, the Windows is only French. So it's a slightly different screen, but it performs essentially all the same things. So I'm now going to go into repair. And it wasn't this slow originally. It's automatically updated Windows. And that seems to have slowed quite a few things down. But this laptop was provided in the kit that I bought. If you have your own laptop, you can just buy the software and things, but this is quite a comprehensive kit. Now, my issues at the moment now are purely around this diesel additive pump. Now, even though it was shown there was an error, if you remember in the last video, or actually no, earlier on in this video, it was showing the quantity of 0 in the additive tank. So I need to try, see if I go into standard parameter measurement there, and find a way of resetting that. See, soft bag empty, amount of additive 0. It isn't, we've just confirmed that. Can I? No, I can't edit in there. So if we go on repair, configuration, so you are learning with me here with the use of this software. I've only been using it about a week or so. Okay, can't do anything with that. And your configuration. Aha! Capacity of the additive bank or bag 1. Well, I don't know which engine mine is. It seemed a bit bigger than 1 litre. We'll leave it 1. Oh. Has that changed anything? I thought that would have come up with a 0 and I'd have to enter the correct amount. Slow computer. But as I say, it does work. It's ideal if you have your own personal laptop, which you don't want to risk getting dented and damaged out working on the car. Buying a complete kit, I'd certainly recommend. It gives you a dedicated system then just to tinker with your cars with. Still trying. I don't want to push it again. It's obviously trying to do something. In fact, I can't. Right. So let's try reading and clearing of fault codes. No fault found now. So I'll go back one more. Standard parameter measures. Amount of additive still showing 0. Oh, my son is calling. So how do I change that? A fault reading. No faults found. I think it has to be in the repair section. I've been there before. What's this? Replacement parts. Oh, no, I don't replace. Only validate once the additive bag replacement operation has been performed in accordance with the mechanical procedure. Well, I don't know. Replacement of the additive bag tank has been taken into account. You should also check the configuration of the additive bag tank capacity. Well, I did do that earlier. Aha! There we go. Amount of additive in the tank, 1000 millilitres. So it looks like, again, I'm quite pleased to have seen this because it was evident on the screws on doing the additive tank that they had been out before, and to see that the bag was full tells me that the previous owner did take care of the car once they'd noticed getting an error message on the dash, which you typically do when you're getting no additive in there. And they've had the bag replaced, but the dealer clearly didn't reset to say there was additive in the tank. So now I would hope my son jumping in at the boot. I might have to reset this because this was coming up with a fault for the additive pump and tank. Switch ignition off and on. Can't quite reach. Off. On. So I have done that. Fault reading. No faults found. I was also getting the same error messages with the engine management ECU about the additive tank. Fault reading of that. Additive system. Wow. Yes, these are distant faults, which means they are in the past. So I am going to now hopefully erase those. Before erasing an after sale zone, yes, that is just a record that a repair has been made from what I found. The mileage now 87502, 87502, even though it does think it's kilometres rather than miles. So that fault is now gone. So if I fault finding now, clearing carried out, switch off the ignition and switch it on again. Oh god. Let's only read that. I don't want to do that. Let's come out of this. Fault finding. And now it should test everything in sequence. Oh, I don't know what that is. No faults, no faults. Nothing on the suspension either now. This is going a lot quicker than it had done previously as well, which is wonderful. No,
do that gives you so much joy and is completely free. Least
So there we have it. This is where you get the error codes if you remember from the past videos, and I now have a clean sweep. No errors anywhere. I know my additive bag is full, the car knows additive bag is full, my pneumatic suspension, after just a little bit of probing around, removing a few connectors, putting them back in, resetting a fault code, that is all working correctly. So I have a clean bill of health on the car, and other than, well, say other than buying this software, I got it by buying this software and this system, because otherwise I'd have been paying a garage to check things. Who knows what parts they might have changed which did not need changing, but as a customer you don't know, you just get it back, it's working, you pay the bill and you're happy. So by being able to do this yourself, you know what are real faults, what aren't, and just like the additive bag, like say, I could have took this to the garage, I took it off, checked it, seen it was full. I'm not saying all garages are unscrupulous, but I could have been charged for a new bag, and then all they've done is, like I've done, reset the fault code, told it the bag was full, and they've made a few extra quid. You're happy as a customer, which I suppose is the main thing, but equally you've been robbed a little bit. So if you have one of these cars, this software works on all Citroens and Peugeots. I would recommend getting something like this. It helps you to understand what your problems are, and if like me, you can't really afford to go taking a car to a garage, and they're fairly mechanically minded, certainly don't mind getting your hands dirty, you can fix most stuff yourself. So I can end this here now with a clean bill of health, and quite frankly really pleased. So there we have it, a car with no faults, which is why, as I said at the start, if you can hear me over my boy shouting and screaming in the other room, I've got very little to do on the car now. So let me know in the comments if there is something you have. I will try and replicate it and find out how to fix it or what you possibly could do to solve it. And if this video on its own has been any use to you, please hit the like button. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. And as I say, I love to read the comments, so let me know in the comments what you think, what I could do better, what I possibly could have done to help you if you have this problem yourself. But no matter what you do or say or what happens, everybody, do stay safe, take care, peace everybody.